Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing the new Huda Beauty, the new Nude Eyeshadow palette. And am I not excited for this one? Because it is the one and only Miss Huda Beauty is launching some new for us. Literally. The new nude. But before we get started in this Huda Beauty, the new nude eyeshadow palette review, please don't forget to subscribe down below for new videos every single week, and let's get to it. All right guys, so I haven't even opened my palette yet because I want to show you what my first impressions or say my reaction is going to be to the palette. And initially it looks like this. It's kind of in a transparent box. So when you open it, let's go ahead and open this baby up. Oh gosh, it looks just like this. It has Miss Huda in the front of the palette, looking gorgeous as always. And we have the new nude in this very beautiful holographic type of background to it. So that being said, I love the packaging. It is very original, very Huda Beauty. And now we are getting to the most exciting part of this video, and that's going to be the big reveal of the new Huda Beauty, the new nude palette. Drum roll, please. Deep breath. Damn! Whoa! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is that? What is this? I have to touch it. I have to touch it right now. What is this? I have never... Oh my god, I have never seen anything like this. Look at this. Oh my god, you guys, look at this. It's like a dual chrome type of thing, but it's like holographic at the same time. That is insane. Let's watch it. Whoa. Would you look at that? That is, oh my god, I wish you could see it through the camera. But this is a very champagne-y shade, and while I move it, I can see a little bit of like an emerald green to it. And it looks like the palette has 1, 2, 3, 4 of these shades with that same like really interesting composition to it. And it looks like we also have 2 glitters in the palette. We have a ton of absolutely gorgeous mattes in here, and would you look at that, I think they gave us a primer. Ooh, it's like a iridescent primer, or maybe not. Hold on. No, it's just going to be like kind of like soft ochre. It looks like my MAC soft ochre paint pot, like at least color wise, but it feels so much thinner than the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. So because that is in the palette, I am going to be using, what is the name called? It is called Concealed. I will be using the shade Concealed here as my base for the rest of the eyeshadows. I'm just having a heart attack. Woo! This is like, I'm lost for words. These eyeshadows here, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know what they remind me of? They look just like the new Marc Jacob eyeliners, the ones that have the glitter in them. This is exactly just like that. And I feel like it's the same technology that is emerging in the industry. I feel like Marc Jacobs has it in their products, and now Huda Beauty has that in her products. I so want to swatch the rest of these really interesting eyeshadows. I am going to swatch Crave, Daydream, Fantasy, and Charmed. So these are all very like chromatic looking eyeshadows. So they are definitely shape-shifting dual chrome eyeshadows. They are very pigmented. They felt extremely creamy. And I love that these are just so unique. They are unlike anything I have seen before. So let's go ahead and swatch them out. Here we have one of them, and we have 2, 3, and last 4. Isn't this something? And before I start my eye look, I want to swatch some of these matte eyeshadows. How about we swatch Spanked, Love Bite, and Raw. So I feel like they felt pretty creamy. I felt like, what was it, Love Bite didn't swatch as nicely as the other 2 shades, but let's go ahead and swatch them with no primer. Maybe I can do it like on my arm here. 1, 2, 3. Damn. Whoa. Okay, Miss Huda, like you're showing us what a real eyeshadow is supposed to swatch like. But anyways, I felt like this guy right here was going to be maybe a little bit patchy, but I mean, maybe it's not as pigmented as the other 2 matte eyeshadows, but I still feel like it's swatched really nicely. I feel like with this palette, you can use some warm tones and you can use cool tones. So because of that, I feel like it's a very versatile palette. Again, you can go cool toned with it or you can go warm tone with it. And then you can just have fun with the shimmers and throw in some glitter. So it's like a very complete palette. Awesome, so first things first, I am going to prime my eyelid using concealed. I really wonder why they decided to have an eyeshadow base in the palette. I do find it pretty surprising that they might have wasted a color in giving us an eyeshadow base. But honestly, the eyeshadow base is looking pretty good, right? Compared to my other eye, it's giving me that blank canvas effect. Yeah, I like it. So MAC 217 brush. I'm going to apply my brow bone highlight using Bare. First color, I feel like it's going on really nicely. I feel like as I am patting this shade down, I do feel like it's actually staying on my eyelid. So next up, I'm going to use a fluffier brush and I'm going to dip into Lace, which is this very beautiful lavender color right here. Oh my god. This is awesome. It's like really showing up. I like it when my eyeshadow immediately shows up and I don't have to work in light layers. I don't think this is going to be a palette that I'm like, oh guys, you have to work in light layers to build a pigment. Like, no. The pigment's there. Look at that. It's there. And I do have to say that I did get just a teeny little bit of fallout. I mean, nothing to really worry about, but would you look at that? Even pigmentation, extremely easy to blend, like really easy to blend. And purple is a really hard color to get to be even in pigmentation. So I want the next color to be Tickle. It's this baby soft pink. So the next exciting color that I am going to be using will be Spanked, this really beautiful bright fuchsia pink. I'm gonna pick up a good amount on my brush here. And then last color for the crease is going to be this one right here, Love Bite. So this is what is going to really deepen up the crease shade. And I also want to note that this comes with a fairly small amount of fallout. Nothing crazy. It's not giving me Urban Decay Cherry eyeshadow palette fallout because that one was like for real, for real. So yay for minimal fallout. As I'm trying to place this and then blend it out, I do have to say that it's just a little bit harder to blend out than the previous matte eyeshadows we just placed. But honestly, this purple is actually really bomb. It is like very easy to work with and it's giving me immediate pigment right away, which is amazing for a purple shade. I do have to say that purple shades are not always this easy to work with. Would you look at that? What do you guys think? I feel like the pigmentation is there. It is even. I also feel like it was very easy to blend. So far, I really adore every single one of the mattes that I have tried so far, but let's keep going. So now that I've cut my crease, I'm going to start the application of my shimmers. And the first one that I'm going to dip into is going to be this one right here. It's called Daydream. And I'm going to be using an Anastasia synthetic brush and I'm just going to go ahead and pick some of that up right there. Well, I'm having just like a teeny little bit of trouble trying to pick it up. I think I've picked up, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, am I picking it up? Why am I having such a hard time picking it up? Alright, so I'm gonna start really low on my eyelid. Wow. This is bomb. Look at that. It's so effortless and it's like popping. This eyeshadow is seriously popping. Oh my god, you guys. Are you seeing this? It's amazing. And I'm going to bring it pretty high up. I'm not going to worry too much about having like sharp edges because I'm pretty much just going to apply some glitter on the edge. So again, I'm not trying to be precise in any way. Just going to bring it as high as I can. I love the color. It is extremely vibrant and bold, and it is so reflective. I adore how reflective it is. Like, I love it. I love it. Next up, I'm going to go into Fantasy right here, and that is going to go on kind of the middle of my eyelid. And then for the outer edge, I'm going to use, what is it? The darkest of the sheens. It's Charmed. It's a little bit more of a brown when you swatch it out, but anyways, let's go back to Fantasy and pick some of that up. This one was a lot easier to pick up than the previous shade for some reason, but anyways, let's go ahead and go for it. Start the application right in the center and keep this shade Fantasy as centered as possible. Honestly, it's a little bit more pink than I was anticipating it for it to be, but I really love this color so much. Awesome, so like we said, we are going to finish it off with Charmed. And that's going to go mostly on the outer edge. And I do want to say that this one has just a little bit more fallout than the other two shades. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that it's a little bit of a darker shimmer. Awesome. So then next we're going to try to do something interesting. I'm going to grab a painting brush that I found at the dollar store. And then I am going to kind of create a tail with that. What color do I want to use? I want to use a pink color. So I'm going to go into Spank. Oh, I can already tell that I'm going to need a darker color than this one. Yeah, I'm going to need to go into Love Bite, which is this darker purple shade. We're definitely going to clean this guy up here. And I'm just taking a little bit of my foundation by Hourglass that I used, and we're gonna use it to clean up the edge. Alright, so this is what we have so far, and I feel very, very happy with how the eyeshadow is looking. And I do want to incorporate a little bit of glitter into this look. Ooh, that picked up. I barely just did like 1 or 2 circles around the pan here, and it picked up quite a bit of this glitter. So far, I feel like the application of this glitter is going to be really, really easy, which is what we want. And for my adhesive, I'm going to be using my NYX glitter glue. What do you guys think so far? Would you look at this? All I have to say is wow. Wow, that's just like, I am so taken aback by how pretty this glitter is, by how beautiful this sheen color is on my eyelid right now. I feel so glittery and reflective and girly, and I feel like this is a show-stopping look, and it wouldn't have been possible without such an amazing, amazing, amazing eyeshadow palette. I'm going to grab a pretty full blending brush, and I'm going to dip it into Lace down here, that pretty lavender color. Next up, I'm going to take some of Tickle, and that's going to go fairly low on my bottom lash line as well. And next, I'm going to take a smudging brush and dip it into Spanked. And lastly, to even out the eye look, I'm going to take Love Bite and also place that on my bottom lash line. I really love how these colors, these matte shades are able to layer one on top of the other so extremely effortlessly. I feel like it's truly a miracle that it's just so effortless and that I'm not having to layer on top of layer on top of a layer on top of a layer, you know? It's just super easy. And I'm also having a really easy time blending all of the matte eyeshadows together. Glitter glue here in the inner corner. And for my inner corner, I'm going to be using Excite here. Alright guys, well check it out. This is the final result from using the new Huda Beauty, the new Nude Eyeshadow palette, and am I not pleased? I am so incredibly happy with how the look turned out, with how the eyeshadows blended. I mean, look at that blend and that pigmentation and the intensity, the vibrancy, everything about it I completely adore. My conclusion on the new Huda Beauty, the new Nude Eyeshadow palette is that it is a must-have. It is a must-have. It is non-negotiable. You need this eyeshadow palette in your eyeshadow palette collection. And the reason I think that you need this palette is because it is completely unique. It is, like I've said many times in this video, extremely unique, very innovative, especially when it came down to the innovative eyeshadow colors that are in this palette. Also, a really important thing to point out is how phenomenal every single one of these formulas are. The mattes are creamy, the shimmers are creamy, even the glitter pans in this eyeshadow palette are very easy to pick up, very pigmented. It was extremely easy to get the color on there, to get an even pigmentation. There was no patchiness. The vibrancy was very even as well all throughout the blend. It was so very easy to blend these shadows together, especially the matte eyeshadows. All of the colors, all of the formulas performed extraordinarily, even more than what I had been anticipating. I knew this was gonna be an amazing palette, but it actually surpassed my wildest dreams and expectations. I am going to rate the new Huda Beauty, the new Nude Eyeshadow palette, a 9 out of 10. But again, I am extremely happy with this eyeshadow palette. I think it's 100%, 120% worth your money and worth it to go out into the store this holiday season, into the craziness to get this. And that does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video and found some value from it, please don't forget to drop me a like, and also don't forget to subscribe for new videos every single week. Like always, I want to thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.